Hey guys, welcome back to the Casuals. I'm Alec, alongside me is co-host Carlos, and in this video we'll be discussing the women's flyweight title fight, Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade. All right, let's get right into it. Interesting fight we have on our hands. Valentina Shevchenko is the favorite, minus 420, and Jessica Andrade is the underdog at plus 330. I'm honestly surprised this isn't minus 600. I can't remember last time Shevchenko's lost fight against a former strawweight champion. Let's look at the last four fights Shevchenko's had. June 2018, she fought Jessica Eye for crazy knockout. August 2019, she got a win over Liz Carmouche. February 2020, she got a win over Caitlin Chukagian. And November 2020, she finishes the year off strong against Jennifer Maya unanimous decision. Looking at the striking, the accuracy, the power, speed, combos, footwork, the chin. Do I need to go on? The grappling, even? I don't see anyone taking that belt away from Shevchenko. She is just beyond dominant. Jessica Andrade, don't let the height fool you. At 5'1", she still brings a lot to the table. She has great pressure, but unfortunately, it's against Shevchenko. Now, that's not to say Andrade hasn't had any success at flyweight. This is her second fight at flyweight. Her last fight was against Caitlin Chukagian. She got the win August 2020. It was a nasty TKO in the first round. Again, Chukagian, who's really taller than Andrade, standing around 5'8" or 5'9". So obviously height doesn't matter to Andrade, but the fight IQ Shevchenko has, the cardio, she just does not stop. So Andrade can come in, crazy amount of pressure. She has decent stand up, but I don't see her really catching Shevchenko. She keeps her distance. She's very smart. She knows when to use that fight IQ. She grapples when need to, and she can honestly just lay on you. Well, not lay on you, but she can control the grappling and just have you on the ground. You can't do anything for the whole 5 rounds if she wanted to. I got this Shevchenko winning unanimous decision 5 rounds. Carlos, what's your take on this fight?
Yeah, I mean, with Shevchenko, you're just dealing with a world beater at the end of the day. Since her debut at flyweight, she's dominated the division. Nobody in that division has come close to beating her. It's just been layup after layup. So the UFC has tried to create matchup to give challenges to Shevchenko, but she's passed time and time again. The biggest challenge that she received was obviously another strawweight who moved up in weight was Joanna Jędrzejczyk. But even at that, it was decidedly went to Shevchenko. She is far and above the best striker in women's MMA today. Now, I know that might seem a little extreme, as the goat of women's MMA is Amanda Nunes.
I was gonna say,
but you go back to look at their two fights with respect to Nunes, she did win those two. If you closely analyze those fights, Nunes did not really win based on striking. In the second fight, at least, she won basically off a takedown in the fifth round, is what sealed the deal for her. In fact, some even think Shevchenko took that fight. I'm one of those people. I think Shevchenko actually beat Nunes in that second fight. That being said, the judges didn't call it that way. It is what it is. Nunes is still the GOAT, no question. But like I said, right now in women's MMA, Nunes and it's Shevchenko and it's everybody else. It seems like a crazy challenge for Andrade. My thinking is UFC thinks Andrade has a lot of power. She blitzes a lot. So in that way, maybe there's a puncher's chance that she could catch Shevchenko or give her some sort of challenge. But in my opinion, this is just another easy exposed target for Shevchenko to capitalize on, and probably will end up being a second round KO. Okay. As far as Andrade, like I said, why I'm thinking UFC made this fight is because she is tough. She does have power, especially knockout power. Her moving up, let's see if maybe the power translates to a bigger weight, and if she's able to perform better, and she doesn't have to cut all the way down to 115. So we'll see how she matches up with Shevchenko. But judging based on her last fights, Andrade just seems to have trouble with refined strikers as a whole. With Rose, even in the first fight, the first 2 rounds, she was getting absolutely pieced up. It wasn't close. It seemed like Rose was going to turn in an absolute flawless performance. At the end of the day, Jessica took advantage of her brute force. She picked up Rose and slammed her on her head and got the KO. Now with Wei Li, she tried the same thing. She tried to blitz her way in. Zhang handled that perfectly. The difference with Zhang being that she took her best shots and she gave it as much as she took it. And then with the rematch with Rose, she did do well early in the beginning, and with Rose seemed to kind of fade in that fight, which is why it looked like she was coming back in the third round She almost got the finish on Rose as she held on for the win, but Shevchenko is just another animal. She's got cardio for days. Her striking is as refined as it comes. There's just nobody right now that I believe can touch Shevchenko other than Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you anymore. Basically, if your name isn't Amanda Nunez, you're not going to beat Shevchenko. No doubt about it. Now, Andrade, it's an interesting matchup, but we kind of all know what's going to happen here. Nonetheless, a title fight is a title fight. Can't wait to see it. Well, that's our take on the women's flyweight title fight. Tell us in the comments below who you guys got and how we'll finish. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also, follow our social media accounts. Ask us any questions you have. Catch you guys next video.
Bye, guys.